Hello, welcome to Master of None, replacing plugs. The plug on my drill has been shorting out. Every time I want to drill something, I have to play with the plug and make sure that it's sitting in just the right way in order for the drill to work, and as you can imagine, it's pretty frustrating. So I went to the hardware store today and bought this, and I am going to show you how to replace the plug on an appliance, in this case a drill, and we'll see how it goes. Hey everybody, I'm getting ready to replace the plug on the drill now, and I just wanted to show you what my workspace looks like here in my New York City apartment. So this is my dad's old army trunk that I inherited from him many years ago. Our stack of reading. Normally this is where we might just, be kicking our feet up and relaxing on the couch, but there's a speaker, my phone. All right, I'm going to clear all of this out of the way and focus on putting this onto the place where my plug is now, my drill. Be right back. Hello again. So, interestingly, one of the things that I'm trying to master is filming myself, and as you can probably tell right now, I'm using my computer and photo booth to do all this. So if you have any suggestions of a better way to do this, have some recommendations. I'll do a whole series on how to become a better video maker. All right, so there's our little power strip there. I have plugged in the drill just to demonstrate to you how badly my drill works. Look, nothing. But if I jiggle this, no good. We're going to fix that. So here comes the scary part, or maybe it's not that scary, but I think of it as being kind of like, okay, well, this is it. I'm crossing the Rubicon. I am going to cut this thing. I have these wire strippers that I'm going to use to cut straight through the wire to separate the plug. I'm going to cut it about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch up the wire. Okay, that's it. It's done. So, I don't know if you can see in there, there's a couple of wires, right? And so I'm going to have to cut the outside of this. I'm going to strip it off, and then I'm also going to have to strip the plastic off of the wires themselves in order to put them into this new plug here. So I'm just going to cut gently around here. Forgot to turn off my phone. Excuse me. All right, you can see how I've been making a nice cut around here, around the outside. Got to finish making it through that black plastic on the outside. It just does not want to let go. I just want to make sure that I don't cut too much, that I don't cut through the wires themselves. And this is a case where I may also need a knife to cut along the side here. Let's see if I can just pull it down. There it goes. I got it off. All right, so now you can see the inside here. There's a lot of sort of fluffy wire, not wire, but just some threads in here, which is maybe insulation. And I've got a black wire and a white wire. So your black wire is your hot wire. The white wire is neutral. This plug, this doesn't have a ground, so it's just got 2 plugs instead of 3. Normally you'd have that third one in the bottom would be the ground if there were a ground, but there's not. Okay, as you can see, I'm getting ready to open up the plug itself, the new plug. It's got these plugs here, these screws that I'm going to loosen so I can get I'll look inside. Hello. Okay, so as you can see, I've taken this new plug apart, and right here, these screws are where I'm going to screw down my wires when I get them stripped. Now, when I was reading up about this, they said the screws would be, they would have different colors. One would be silver, one would be brass to represent the hot and the neutral. I guess the brass is hot and the silver is neutral to match the white wire. But it looks like in this case, they're just the same. There's no difference. So you can put either wire in there, but what you want is to make sure that you don't have any exposed wire. You don't want either of the wires actually coming in contact with each other once you get all of this put back together. So here we go. Okay, so I had to pull the wire through this little piece here, and I'm going to strip these two wires so that the copper wiring is exposed, and then I'm going to screw them into these two screws here on the inside. You see these brass screws, look at it from the side, and then I'm going to reassemble everything. The whole idea is to make sure that this black rubber exterior is going to be the only thing you see once it's all put together. You don't want to have the wires exposed at all. This is a pretty big plug, so I think I've got plenty of room for error. So, in order to strip the outside part off of these wires, I've got these strippers, and there's different sized holes. I'm going to start with the biggest hole first just to see if it cuts, and it doesn't. So I'm going to have to go a little smaller. Probably, here I have the sizings, and 1.6 millimeters. Let's see if that does it. Not quite. Going even smaller, 1.3. Yeah, that's getting it. It's a little stubborn. There we go. Oh, my little piece of plastic went flying, but now you can see I've got the wire exposed. I'm going to do about the same thing with the other wire. Now they're exposed. And now I'm going to take each one of these and screw it down inside of those little holes so that they're clamped down nice and tight. I've decided I'm also going to cut this insulation out of the way because it's just annoying and I don't think it serves any purpose at this point. So I'm cutting it down at the base. Right? Like doo-doo-doo. So you're just left with these two wires, which I bent at an angle so that I can put them into the holes, and they'll wrap around. I had to twist them a little bit too so that they don't have a bunch of little frayed ends. Getting them into these holes is kind of tricky. Getting them on the right side of each hole is also apparently a little tricky. So I won't make you watch me go through all that. Or maybe I will. There's one. This one is making a bunch of frayed ends. There's the other. No, it's not. Right, and then I'm going to screw these screws down, and I'll show you when I... All right, there they are, clamped down in there. You can see. That's the other side. And now, we're going to pull this all back. We have to line up the screw holes, of course. You can see inside there are those 3 holes, right? So I have to line that back up, which, again, once we get one started, the others should follow pretty easy. Yep. See how that all lines in. The last one. It's all solid and tight. This is what it looks like in back. And we have this piece here is going to be clamped down by these 2 pieces, just to hold everything in place. Eventually, once everything gets lined up. That's one side. Now we get to see if this actually works. Do that. All right, it just basically clamping down this wire here, and as you can see, there's no exposed wire or anything. All right, that's good. And now, let's go see if this thing works. Moment of truth. Looks like I'm going to have to make some more room for this. Power strip is kind of crowded. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Here is the drill. Here is the plug. Nope. Look at there. I don't have to jiggle the plug anymore. No more plug jiggling. I can drill to my heart's content. And that is how to change a plug on a drill. If you have any comments, please leave them, whether positive, constructive, negative. I want to hear back from you. And if you have yourself a successful plug replacement, let me know. All right, see you next time.